Steading, everyone. Welcome back. I am not alone today. Say hi to Tara. Tara, say hi to people. This is Tara. Okay, go back to nap. Um, Today I wanted to talk something about briefly. As a self-proclaimed fan of the written word, I try to consume it in many forms. Fiction, fiction about fiction, various articles, editorials, non-fiction books, biographies of authors I like, and just about everything in between. And today I would like to talk about the in-between part. I've been listening to podcasts for a long time, and recently I have realized something. Podcasting is such a fractured niche space. So the trouble with it is, and I guess the good problem to have is, you can find a podcast to any topic you like. The trouble with it is since it is a niche within a niche, you'll have to sift through a lot of podcasts until you find something you enjoy on a topic you like. And you will find it. So today I would just like to make a few SFF and horror podcast recommendations, and these are under no particular order. First off is Geek's Guide to the Galaxy. This is probably the most high-profile podcast on the list. It's hosted by David Barr-Kirtley, and it can really boast with a truly impressive list of authors that appeared on it. They had everyone from Neil Gaiman to Cameron Hurley, high-profile authors, low-profile authors, indie authors, creators that are just in the vicinity to SFF fandom. And the thing that I like about it the most that is it's not only author interviews. They frequently have panels on specific topics with expert guests. A recent example of that it was the episode Activism Through Fiction. And it's just a good informative time. Other podcast that I would like to recommend is called Overdue. And this is very different from the previous suggestion. It's a book club type of podcast. One of the hosts reads a book and their co-hosts interview them about it. It is hosted by Andrew Cunningham and Craig Getting. One of them is a playwright and the other one is a tech writer. And they are longtime friends, they have great chemistry, and I really highly recommend them even as a resource if you want to source them for a book report you're writing, for example. The whole show started as their attempt to catch up and rekindle their love for reading after college and work, as it often does, pushes it aside. Other one is probably very familiar to everyone in the fandom, and that's The Sword and Laser. It's an offshoot of Geek and Sundry channel, a very famous, very successful YouTube channel created by Felicia Day. This one is specifically both a book club and a general news discussion hub. It is hosted by Veronica Belmont and Tom Merritt. I used to listen to it religiously. I don't listen to it as much as I did in the past, but I still think it's relevant, still high quality. I just moved on to other stuff. On to other stuff. This is a podcast that I only recently became a fan of, and it is focused entirely on Stephen King's opus. As a die-hard King fan and a podcast fan, it feels like it was made for me because Usually with podcasts that cover Stephen King, they're mostly focused on his film adaptations, which are good. And the podcast, The Losers Club, it does sometimes cover news and um, reviews Stephen King related works, but it's mostly about the written word. It's mostly about books. So they cover everything from his short stories to his collaborations with other authors. It's great. It's a pretty long cast, so I'm not gonna list the names of hosts, but it does consist of pop culture writers. Pretty good. The other one is Writing Excuses. 15 minutes long because you're in a hurry and they're not that smart, at least according to the intro, which is completely false because it is hosted by some amazing writers: Brandon Sanderson, Mary Robinette Kowal, Dan Wells, and Howard Taylor. Amazing, amazing authors in their own right. And each episode covers a writing exercise or discusses a trope and gives advice to aspiring authors: what to avoid while writing, how to approach certain heavier topics, how to seek out resources for writing. And each episode has a small assignment, a writing prompt for the listeners. It's just a great resource. It's been going for years and years now. If you guys enjoyed, or gals enjoyed, Brandon Sanderson's teaching videos on YouTube, these are very similar to that, but with addition of other really great authors. And it is fascinating even if you're not planning to do with it anything. Even if you're not an aspiring writer, it's just a great read. And my last suggestion is I Don't Even Own a TV. And that's somewhat different. Hosts J.W. Friedman and Chris Collision, they read some truly god-awful books and then they discuss them. So this is like a literal equivalent of So Bad It's Good movies. It's like, how did this get made for books, essentially. And well, sometimes they encounter just a perfect storm of so bad it's entertaining, and other times it's really bad and they try to just dissect it. It has great structure, original musical numbers, because one of the hosts is a musician, and it just never ever fails to cheer me up. It's fantastic. So that would be it. Thank you for watching, and let me know if you're following any of the podcasts or you have any other suggestions. Yeah, thank you.